Hi everybody, today you're going to learn how to make cassava cake with a leche flan topping. Let's get started. You're going to start with 1 pound of grated cassava, 12 ounces of macapuno strings, 14 ounces of coconut milk, 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk, 2 large eggs at room temperature, and 1/8 to 1/4 teaspoon of ground cardamom. So now we're going to grab our baking pan, and we want to heavily grease or butter the bottom and the sides of the pan. This is a 9 by 9 inch pan. This recipe works in an 8 by 11 inch pan as well, or you can just use whatever you have on hand. You do want to make sure, if you do have sharp edges on your pan like I do, that you're really greasing those edges well. And once we're done buttering the pan or greasing the pan, you may set it aside. So we're going to add the macapuno strings to the cassava. In goes the condensed milk, the coconut milk, 2 eggs, and the ground cardamom. And you want to grab a whisk, and we're going to whisk this together just until combined. And we'll grab our greased pan and then pour this mixture right in there. So this is going to go into a 350-degree oven for about 40 to 50 minutes, or until the center is set, and you'll be able to tell if you insert a toothpick and it comes out clean. Now we're going to start on the leche flan topping. So we have 7 ounces of sweetened condensed milk, 1/4 cup of evaporated milk, 2 large eggs at room temperature, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Now we're going to combine all of these ingredients into a bowl. And we want to mix it to combine using a rubber spatula. We don't want to use a whisk for this step because a whisk will introduce a lot of air bubbles, which we don't want in our leche flan. We want a nice, smooth, silky layer of leche flan, so we're going to use a rubber spatula and keep the air bubbles to a minimum. Once we have this combined, we're going to put it through a fine sieve, which will get all of the little egg bits out of the mixture. Once the cassava cake has been baked, you can take it out of the oven, and we're going to pour the leche flan mixture directly on top of the cake. Just make sure that it's level, and then we're going to put it back into the oven for another 20 minutes. Once the cake is out of the oven and the leche flan has set, you can add 1 to 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We're just going to sprinkle it across the top of the leche flan. You don't want to put it on too thick. You just want a thin layer of brown sugar so that you can easily caramelize this in your oven. So this is going to go back into the oven on broil for about 2 to 3 minutes until the sugar caramelizes, like this. Allow it to completely cool, and then we're ready to cut. And a baker's tip for you is to make sure that if you're cutting anything gooey, you're doing it with a plastic knife. They do not stick to anything gooey. I don't know why that is. But even a takeout knife, a disposable knife that you get from ordering food, will work wonders. It works in brownies and Rice Krispie treats, in this case cassava cake, and it's a great tip. And there you have it. You have a nice layer of leche flan on top of a cassava cake. I hope you all enjoy.